also enjoy the benefits of taxpayer-funded government programs, social programs such as Social Security, which helps many people after they work to keep paying for things they need. The hot topic is free health care now. If that passes for everyone, you'll end up with free health care too. Except it's not free because you're going to pay for it in the form of taxes. So taxation, right? But hey, you still get free health care. They want to push free college, then you would get free college. Except you don't because you're still paying for it in the form of taxes. Another thing to consider. Under the Constitution of the United States, you have many rights. Of those include the freedom to speak and say whatever you want. There are consequences for saying things, but they're not legal. The examples of illegal things is, for example, you cannot yell fire in a crowded room when there isn't a fire, just to cause panic, or bomb or anything like that that is not real, just to cause panic and pandemonium amongst all the people in the building. So other than that, you can say whatever you want. However offensive it might be to someone, you're allowed under the Constitution to say it. Whether they punch you in the face is another topic, you know what I mean? So, but legally, they would be at fault for assaulting you. You're fine. You're protected. You can say whatever you want. You have the freedom to practice religion. Doesn't matter what it is. You could be Christian, Jewish, you could practice Zoroastrianism. Nobody cares. Okay? And you're protected. So if someone bombs a church or anything horrible like that, you are protected by the law. And they will grant you funds to have a new building if the building is destroyed, any damages like that. That falls into the category of hate crimes too, which legally you are reimbursed for the damages. Even if they're emotional damages, you're still entitled to get support from the government to help heal you. In addition to this, you can own firearms. There are 3 countries in the world that grant you a constitutional right to own a firearm. Only 3. There's 197. You know, it depends who you talk to, right? The Chinese don't include Taiwan, and then Hong Kong's Hong Kong. So, but there's around 197 countries in the world. 3 of them, only 3, give you the constitutional right to own a firearm. Those are the United States, Mexico, and Guatemala. Something interesting to know. So it's very rare to be granted that right, but I think it's very important. Reason being, if it's illegal to own a gun and guerrilla warfare breaks out in your country because you're getting invaded, hint hint, Ukraine, and you're not allowed to own a gun, the army can run right through your towns because they know no one's armed. That's very dangerous. I think it's you have a much lower chance of being invaded and taken over if all of your citizens have the right. They don't necessarily have to own a gun because the enemy isn't going to know who does and who doesn't. Even their neighbors aren't going to know who does and who doesn't. The point is, it's allowed, which means they could, which means you have to go in with it's riskier to enter, to invade. All of these things are protected under the Constitution and the legal codes. You also cannot be discriminated against when it comes to being hired, for example, based on race or religion. You are not allowed to be discriminated against. So if you fit the criteria and you're black, and then if you have someone who fits the criteria and they're white, you can't discriminate and choose the black guy because your whole business is black, or the other way around. So those are some of the big ones as far as pluses to citizenship go. It's extremely important that people understand and honor our rules, because if they come from a foreign country, they should honor our rules, because this is our country and they are trying to come here. If somebody tries to come to your house, they should honor your house rules, because it's not their house, it's your house. If they marry into the family, then it becomes their house too. That being citizenship, right? So essentially that is that, and that's why I think that it's very important to understand that people should think more highly about getting citizenship, and they won't have their children ripped out of their arms and be sent back to their country with no kids. So that's that. Thank you very much.